Dad kicked me out of the family WhatsApp group because my wife is Mexican, and he said he needed to protect the family's private conversations from outsiders. For 3 months, they organized barbecues, birthdays, and even my nephew's baptism without inviting me, while I continued depositing monthly the amount that was saving the house from foreclosure. I only found out I'd been removed when my cousin David called me, confused about why I wasn't responding to messages about my nephew's baptism. The baptism of a child I didn't even know existed until that phone call. I was sitting in my home office in Phoenix, working on a cybersecurity audit, when David's voice came through my headphones with genuine bewilderment. "Dude, your dad's been asking why you haven't RSVP'd for Tyler's baptism. Did you not see the messages?" he asked. I pulled up WhatsApp on my second monitor. The Morrison family group that had been there for 6 years was simply gone. Not archived, not muted, completely removed from my chat list. My hands stopped moving on the keyboard. Isabel, my wife, walked past my office door carrying laundry, her dark hair pulled back in a ponytail, completely unaware that my family had digitally erased me. "I'm not in the group anymore," I said slowly, my voice steady despite the acidic feeling spreading through my chest. David went silent for 3 full seconds. "What do you mean you're not in the group?" "I mean exactly that. Check the member list." I heard him tapping his phone. "Jesus Christ, you're really not there. When did this happen?" "I have no idea." "When's the baptism?" "This Sunday, at St. Agnes. Your dad's been organizing everything. Melissa's been posting pictures of the decorations. How could you not know about your own nephew's baptism?" After David hung up, promising to find out what happened, I sat staring at my banking app. The transfer had gone through 3 days ago, just like it had every month for the past 4 years. $1,500 deposited into my parents' joint checking account. The account that kept their Scottsdale house from being foreclosed on after Dad's construction company pension wasn't enough to cover the adjustable rate mortgage he'd taken out to renovate the kitchen. I'd been 29 when Dad called me, his voice tight with a pride that was crumbling. The bank had sent a pre-foreclosure notice. Mom was crying in the background. Kevin, my older brother, had just lost his job at the dealership for the 3rd time. Melissa was 7 months pregnant, and her husband barely made enough to support them. I was the only one with stable income and good credit. "I need $1,500 a month," Dad had said, unable to phrase it as a request, "just until I get the refinance sorted out." 4 years later, the refinance had never happened. The $1,500 had become permanent, expected, never acknowledged as anything other than what a son should do. I'd automated the transfer, and honestly, I'd stopped thinking about it as anything other than a line item in my budget. Isabel knew about it. She'd never complained, even though that money could have paid off her student loans by now. David called back 30 minutes later, his voice low and angry. "I talked to Aunt Linda. She said your dad removed you from the group 6 weeks ago. She tried to tell him it was wrong, but he said he needed to protect the family's private conversations from outsiders." "Outsiders," I repeated. The word tasted like rust. "Yeah," meaning Isabel. "He told Mom that they needed to be able to talk freely without worrying about the Mexican seeing their messages." The Mexican. My wife of 5 years. The woman who brought homemade tamales to every family Christmas. Who'd learned to make my grandmother's Swedish meatballs recipe. Who'd sat through 3-hour Thanksgiving dinners smiling through Dad's increasingly pointed comments about real Americans and people who belong